What's up, E.D.G family? Kevin here, and today we're going to be talking Astro Knights Eternity. This is the new Kickstarter for a standalone game of a game that came out last year, Astro Knights. I just unboxed it about a month ago. I have a few plays on it, but I really want to talk about the Kickstarter page, and I want to talk about maybe kind of how this compares to Aeon's in for me currently. So I'm going to get to the Kickstarter page, and we'll have a little bit more to talk about there. Alright, so I have the Kickstarter page pulled up. The first thing you'll notice is we got 111,000 funded, a little over 1,500 backers, and we got 9 days to go. So at the time of this, you should have about a week to kind of look over this and see if this is something that you're interested in. I am. I have played the base game of Astro Knights, and I'm actually about to shoot the first playthrough for it, so I'm pretty excited to get that going. I have played a ton of Aeon's in, which, if you don't know, is kind of like the spiritual. This is kind of the spiritual successor to that, the spin-off, if you will. And it's going to be adding some brand new things to the game, some things that Aeon's didn't add for a couple games, which puts me in kind of a precarious situation. So the first thing we'll talk about campaign-wise is we'll have a whole new set of characters. Story-wise, this original cast has disappeared. They have become legends, and we'll have a whole new group of Astro Knights. I will say, looking at the new group of Astro Knights, they do look, I don't know, I think, I'm looking at them and I definitely think there's a huge difference character-wise between those cosmetically and these. I think they definitely maybe even appeal more to me than what was in the base game. Art looks pretty good on the cover, but it will very much look like some Astro Knights, if you're familiar with the first game. And I think the biggest thing that we have to talk about is this will be introducing a new way to play. We'll have Expedition Mode, something that didn't come in Aeon's End until about New Age, I believe. I mean, Legacy, you did it, but it was in a Legacy version, and New Age kind of made it where you could do it multiple times, do it the way you wanted, and mix and match. I don't have New Age. That was kind of the next step for me. So since Astro Knights is kind of doing this right now, I think continuing this journey up until there and then kind of seeing where we're at is probably the play. So there are also going to be some really cool new card mechanisms. We'll have like Afterburn, Bolster. These are all going to be like, almost discard effects. Very interesting, very interesting. I know that Aeon's got more complicated as it went. We can expect to see a little bit of that with Astro Knights. We're going to have some really cool card combos, it looks like. And then we're even going to have some kind of team attack. So, very interesting. I will already say there's enough differences, in Astro Knights compared to Aeon's in with like the home worlds and then really just kind of your market composition. Those are huge. And those make a huge difference on kind of where I'm feeling with both of these series from Indie Card and Boards. And then, new heroes. So they're going to show those. Caleb, Reshi, Zach. Kind of looks like they're doing something they did with the character in Aeon's Mist. I believe had a few reiterations through the series. Looks like they're kind of doing that with Zach. Same bot, just doesn't necessarily remember anything from the first game. So interesting character development there. Santa, Pan, which I think Pan looks cool. Definitely, like I said, I like the group makeup a little bit more than maybe the first game. And then Rex, very cool. And then we get 4 new bosses coming in. Know nothing about these. This Dirathan Behemoth, Volt Fusion, Solar Collision. Now that looks different. That almost looks like you're in a situation rather than fighting against a boss. And then Eternity, which I've heard is a very unique boss. And then we'll have a couple expansions. Already for these. These will be add-on, not standalone expansions. And you should be able to pick these up and add them to either game. But we'll have 2 new Astro Knights in that. Naoko and Sunshine. And then we'll even have a new boss, Shade Sculptor. Art looks pretty cool. And I will say, I do want to mention this. They do have the rule book on here, and I'll talk about this as we go, especially when they're talking about the market. They did kind of address how to build your market now that you'll have more cards. I do believe they have bosses that have a specific mechanic that they don't want the market to be too big, and they kind of talk about how if you have the first game and you have the second game, you could randomize it, you could, you know, keep them separate, play different markets. The cards should play better that way, or you could go build your own. You could pick your own cards and kind of do that. And it just kind of gives you a base setup as far as where you're going to want to have your card limits as far as how many you have in each stack. But very basic. You're gonna have a basic starting hand, just kind of like Aeon's. You're gonna upgrade your deck. You're gonna equip your powerful weapons. Equipping is kind of like prepping a spell in Aeon's. And then you're gonna be fighting these bosses. So let's get down here. Now we're down to the pledges though. So here we go. That is the pledge for just getting Astro Knights Eternity. It'll have 2 expansions and then have a Kickstarter exclusive. Very much in there. I don't know if I saw it. It might have been up higher, but they are. If you pledge this and you have the base game, you're gonna get new player boards. These player boards are single ply. They decided that they wanted to thicken them up, which I'll tell you, with the way that they're using these trackers, it's a good call. Very good call. So if you order Eternity, you're gonna get brand new player boards for, I believe, the core and the expansion characters. You obviously won't get cards or anything like that, so it won't be playable characters, but there'll be a replacement for these player boards because they are thickening them all up. And then you're gonna get the 2 expansions. Does it actually say on here that you're gonna get the? No, there's the 6 night mats, but they are yeah, there we go. Now with highly requested upgraded thicker player boards for both Astro Knights and Eternity. So yeah, you'll basically get kind of an upgrade pack if you back that. So I would definitely say that's something to consider if you have the base game. That's pretty much all the components you're going to get. Obviously, we're talking brand new market cards. And then here are the little standalone expansions. Mystery of Solaris, 2 new Astro Knights, brand new boss. And then this is what I think they're kind of building this through daily unlocks. There's not really any stretch goals. They're doing daily unlocks. And it is Fly the Savage Skies expansion. So I know they've already added some stuff to that. We'll get to the unlocks. Here's the next pledge level, basically giving you kind of like everything new. You know, accessory pack, neoprene playmat, your exclusives, both expansions and the core box. And then here's the I believe this is all in. You're basically going to get, I think you're getting both games. Yeah, you're getting Astro Knights and you're getting the expansion from Astro Knights with all of the new stuff. I don't believe you're getting the map though. This is just kind of like your all-in playable content. And then I think they even have, yeah. So this would basically just be if you wanted everything. You don't have anything, you want it all. That is your pledge level there. And then we got some add-ons. We got a $20 neoprene mat add-on. We got a $10 accessory pack add-on. This is for Eternity. The $15 one is for Astro Knights. And it's going to give you some dice. This is something I'm kind of heavily considering. It's going to give you enough cards that you're going to be able to pre-build all your decks. You can just grab which character you want to play with, and have them set up. And then you're going to have dice counters, which I'm a fan of. I usually use dice when I'm playing Aeons in, just to kind of keep track of health on minions and any other characters that you got to fight up against. And then there's your exclusive pack, but if you're back in, shouldn't have a problem. There's your original expansion if you didn't pick it up the first time. And then we got some daily milestones is what I was kind of talking about. We'll have some promos, some Kickstarter exclusives. They are marked, but this is going in some kind of alternate art, I think. Yep, alternate art, Kickstarter exclusive. This is going to be a promo world added to the Savage Skies. New fuel cards. Those are going to be going to Savage Skies. This is a Kickstarter exclusive. And then this is the Black Hole Galleon, which is going to be the boss for Savage Skies. So they've kind of just built Savage Skies up through daily unlocks, it looks like. Yep, more weapon cards going to Savage Skies. Some invention cards. They talked about those. Those are pretty cool. Those are kind of things that you're going to get in between when you're going on your expedition mode, kind of in between bosses. It's going to be like permanent upgrades that you're going to be able to get. More new weapon cards going into Savage Skies, and then we still have more milestones. So I believe they've been doing milestones every day, so definitely check those out. And then shipping. Shipping is not horrible. $18 for the low pledge, $25, $28 if you're going all in for US backers. They don't have that split out by lower 48, so I guess it'll just be everyone in the US. Canada's a little bit higher. UK is a little bit higher than US. And then yeah, if you're gonna do extra copies, I don't know. And that should be just about it. So here's what I wanted to talk about. We'll go back up to the top. Kind of give you an overview. No? Getting there. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about. Aeon's in kind of versus Astro Knights. Because like I said, I just picked up Astro Knights. I think I have like 6-7 plays in it now. I'm still kind of undecided necessarily what I should do, but I do like that they're adding the expedition mode. That is a huge plus for me. As far as I can tell, this game is easier to set up. Like I said, they kind of address the market cards, so keeping maybe them separately. If you're somebody that, like me, that has enough Aeon's content that it feels like it takes almost as long to make decisions of who you want to play, who you want to play against, getting the boss decks set up, and then getting your market set up. To me, that is kind of where a lot of the time takes for setup. Astro Knights is easier. The deck composition, easier to get to the table. Like I said, they do have the homeworlds, which I think is a very cool addition to the game. And you're going to have a little bit of decisions there, but not really too much. They don't have a ton of them. Obviously, maybe the more content you get, the harder it will be to make decisions to set it up. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I have a decent amount of Aeon's content. I do still enjoy Aeon's End. It is one of my highest ranked games in my collection. But Astro Knights, as far as getting to the table right now, it just seems a little bit more approachable. So that's kind of where I'm at with the series. I think once Eternity gets in, that'll kind of be the big decision point. Do I like Astro Knights more than Aeon's End? I do not know that. But I think I'll be able to tell a little bit more then, kind of what the future holds, whether I just kind of keep the Aeon stuff I have now, keep building with Astro Knights, or Astro Knights has kind of established itself to the point where I feel like I have enough content and I don't need to get any more. So yeah, I would definitely recommend, if you are new to this series, you don't have Astro Knights, you've never played Aeons, maybe just going right into Eternity, getting the standalone. It looks like it's going to be a lot of content. You're going to get 2, small box expansions to kind of bolster that. And then if you enjoy it, Astro Knights, the base game will probably be more available, to be completely honest, in the retail market. So you could always go add that on later. Obviously, if you don't want to wait, you could back that and then go pick up Astro Knights. But as far as I could tell, I kind of wish I maybe would have waited for this crowdfunding campaign. I probably would have just jumped into Astro Knights Eternity and went from there, and kind of probably had a pretty decent amount of content for it, and then would have went back and decided if I wanted to add, the original game. But yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for me. I hope this was semi-informative, especially if you are, new to this series, new to any of these deck builders from any board and cards. I think I said it right that time. And if you've played Aeons and you haven't played Astro, or vice versa, that's kind of what I was trying to do, give you a little bit of overview. But that's pretty much going to wrap up this preview video for me. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more previews. I don't do previews all the time, so take with how you will. I usually preview things that I have some interest in. I'm not going to preview something I don't have any intention of backing. I don't believe in the project. I don't really want to give you guys that kind of content. So anything you see from me as far as a Kickstarter preview is generally something that will be coming to Eat Drink Game. So keep that in mind. Other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys on the next one. Much love.